Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
I'm getting reports that I'm being turned down in the post-production of this podcast. People are saying that I'm very low in the mic, Brian.
I'm not.
So, well, this is
I told you I don't care enough to lower the volume anymore.
This is what the fans are saying. They're saying that I'm low. They're hard to hear me, and like you're on the episode saying I'm talking too loud.
Which fan is this?
The ones on the boards.
Yeah, the boards,
a lot of
the
theories.
message boards.
You know that forum that we have, the thread that's like conspiracy. It's just called theories, Podchef theories, and it is by far the most popular thread on our forum.
Mm-hmm.
Someone posited that Brian is going in and turning down Jamal because he wants to silence him.
Yeah.
It's very popular, I guess.
Yeah. So welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal, who hopefully isn't going to be turned down and voice silenced this episode.
If you guys wanted me to address these conspiracies, you wouldn't have banned me from the forum.
Well, that's because you
kept posting nonsense.
Well, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's the nicest way to put it.
Yeah, it's the nicest way to put it.
You call it nonsense, and I call it opening up your minds, okay? And keeping your third eye open, because you've been closing it.
You just keep reposting stuff that Kyrie Irving posts on Twitter, and it's all conspiracy stuff.
No, he's retweeting me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm the person posting the Black Excellence with the third eye open sort of thing, and he's retweeting me.
And the Alex Jones stuff, that was you.
Yeah, that was me.
I mean, it got, kind of confusing because you went through this whole phase where you would just post a big picture of a Reuben sandwich with no context, no information. And you we over and over again, like replying to yourself, more Reuben sandwiches, and it just kind of would clog up the forum. So
yeah,
that's another reason you had to go.
It's not my fault if you guys didn't get it.
I mean, you were posting. So here's the thing. I think I got it because you were posting so many of those pictures that at some point someone else commented on your post with a spam sandwich, as if you keep spamming the thread so much that now it's the Reuben sandwich has turned into a spam sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
It's so complicated.
It made sense to me as Jamal was saying it, and that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
it's
all right.
So complicated. Well, you're banned, life banned. You're never coming back.
I'm perma-banned.
You're banned.
Yeah.
I've even tried to make other accounts, and it knows.
Well, we also know because the names on the accounts are so obvious.
Exactly.
No, you guys don't know that. You know that Brian 85 is the same as Brian 04.
Well, you also made one. You also made one said Mr. Jackson if you're nasty.
Yeah,
and I was like, Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
That had to be Brian.
Yeah, you did one that was Brian, the host of the show.
That I don't know who that is.
That
wasn't said, me.
You did one that said Carrie cooks more than me.
I don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are just banning random people who want to contribute to the forum.
There was a username that said I only love one of my dogs. I was like, that's got to be Brian.
No, yeah, that one was me.
The dog I love is tattooed on me. That was another username.
That one, yeah, that's me too. But it's not true. It's just a character that I do for TV.
Yeah. I mean, the tattoo is real. You do only have your favorite dog tattooed on you.
I do only have one dog tattooed on me.
The dog you love.
I'll get to the other one eventually.
Shut up.
This
Shut up. Shut
one
up. Look,
goes out to the dog I
love.
love.
I don't get that reference, so we're moving on. I have been given. Tom reached out to me this week. Tom Colicchio,
Tom Colicchio.
Top Chef
Tommy
TC.
C.
Tom Colicchio. He reached out to me
Tommy.
via email, and he shared with me.
He's back on email?
He's back on email,
That's
and he
good.
Yeah,
and he
that's
shared.
good.
He also has his hair corn rolled. He shared with me.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Hey, here's my travel journal for my walkabout," and so I'd like to read a page of it because it's kind of interesting.
Can I take 1 second before we do this? Is it corn rolled or corn road?
Corn road. That's what I said. I said his hair's corn road.
So you said rolled.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. On the forums, they keep bringing up that Brian wants to police the language of black people, and Brian spent like a good 30 seconds saying he wasn't doing it, but look how quick he is to do it when he's
Folks,
given the opportunity.
I'm not going to touch Jamal's audio. Reeves, can you tell me where are the lines on Jamal's audio touching? Are they touching the tops and bottoms of the box or not?
They are equal to yours, which are
Okay.
touching the tops and bottoms.
Yeah. So I should be coming in crystal clear
Okay, all
on
right.
the record.
I don't know what the band's talking about.
All right, so let's this is let me read this excerpt.
You want to intro
from-
this again? See
No,
what we're
I
doing?
don't. No, I don't.
I'm really interested to hear this. So you reached out to him, and he
No,
said,
he reached out to me.
reached
He
out to
just
you.
emailed me. And the email, I'm not going to say what the subject line was because it's
Okay.
actually inappropriate. And Brian
Oh,
would have to
no.
use the horn.
And then people will get in car accidents because I
crash.
know New Jersey, right? Cars,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm. The turnpike.
But he said, hey, I'm back. I've kind of downloaded the whole experience with Reeves. And we're going to get into that because there's stuff in the journal about you, Reeves.
Oh, no. Oh,
And he said,
God.
I've kind of downloaded everything and I've kind of like been on my, he said he just got back from Burning Man. So I think he wrote this journal and like,
Mm.
Did he go to Burning Man or did he go to Spamapalooza?
Spamapalooza. Very
Well,
similar, the two.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Spamapalooza is adjacent to Burning Man. So
It's very close.
yeah, you can stop by and then get back to the playa.
I've heard that when you're at Burning Man, you could smell spam the whole time.
People definitely smell like spam.
Okay.
That's kind of been left out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, okay, let me read this. This is an excerpt from Tom Colicchio's journal when he was doing his walkabout with Reeves.
This is
Okay.
exciting.
Okay, so it says TC, I guess that's Tom Colicchio, Top Chef Travel Journal, hereafter known as TCTCTJ.
Top
Okay.
Chef.
Top Chef, Tom
Tom
Colicchio's
Colicchio's
Top Chef
Travel
Journal.
Journal. Okay.
Day 11. All right, so we're a little over a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I consider 11 days a little over a week.
Well, it's almost 2 weeks, but it's not 2 weeks yet. So
8 days is a little over a week.
eh,
I'm going to turn you down so low.
yeah, wouldn't surprise me. All right, so I'll read it. It says, I've abandoned all pretense of covering my genitalia.
Yeah, that sounds right.
At first, I wanted to see how Reeves, he spells your name Revis,
Okay. Yeah. I knew it.
Revis is how he spells your name. So he says, at first, I wanted to see how Revis would respond and maybe make a comment about my size, down there. He didn't, and now I'm staying naked out of spite.
I do remember. I mean, he was naked so much.
Yeah.
You just kind of get numb to it. And I mean, with the name stuff, it was one of those things where he didn't say my name for a long time. And then we were familiar enough that he started saying my name, but he said it wrong, but I didn't want to correct him.
Okay. Well, that explains why he wrote it here wrong,
Yeah.
too. Continues. I tripped yesterday after an argument with Revis about the best spot to place our campfire and tumbled into some thickets. I'm all swollen down there now.
Mhm.
If
And maybe
only
now Revis will comment on the size.
Well, it says, if only I was stuck here with Jamal, we could compare.
No.
I went on this walkabout to find some portion of myself I thought I abandoned for culinary fame. I'm beginning to think I haven't abandoned any part of myself, and I'm just a chunky scarf, fedora hat wearing, tough talking chef who I was always meant to be.
It seems like he's having his alone breakdown on
Yeah.
a little over a week compared
Yeah.
to when Alone Guys have it, which is on day like 40 or so,
Yeah.
50.
My grandma once told me that when you die, God shows you who you could have been.
Oh,
A few
wow.
more days in this heat, and I'll meet my current self. Only I hope he has a water bottle for me. Revis is like a Tasmanian devil. He communicates in the elven tongue of our old country, and he puts in here quotes English, because you guys were in Australia, right?
Yeah, we were in Australia.
I will continue to speak what I'm dubbing New Australian until it catches on. Speaking of catches, I caught a fish yesterday. A few guys left fishing poles by the beach, and one of them hooked something, and I reeled it in. I unhooked the catch and reset the cast and scampered away. It felt like such a rush. It was almost like doing a quick fire. Almost like that time I did a quick fire in front of the other baby chefs that come on my cool TV show. Revis said I put too much bush dill on the fish when I cooked it. I told him Too Much Dill is the name of his next adult film. He
did
wasn't
say
sitting.
that.
He wasn't sitting close to the fire, but he still got burnt. And it ends with saying, "I don't miss my family. TC out."
Wow. That felt like a journal entry of someone early in a journey.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like what's the handwriting like? Does it feel
It's
like
cursive.
It's cursive, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not what you think like a straight line cursive. It's like you remember sometimes when you were a kid you'd write at an angle and it like maybe would fall down. Like his cursive is like falling down at the end of each line.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So it's like going down the page almost. It's weird.
That's very messy.
Mhm.
I remember initially he was trying to do a journal just like writing in the dirt with his finger, but it would, in the morning it would like
It'd
kind
be
of blow
washed
away.
away.
'Cause, yeah, and he would get so angry, he'd be like, I don't even remember what happened yesterday.
Well, he wrote this and sent it to me. It's a picture. The journal is written on the back of a FedEx box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a
So this
piece
must have
of
been
a FedEx.
before he got the Moleskine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moleskine?
I had an English professor once pronounce it Moleskine, so I don't know which is which.
Moleskin, you mean?
I think Moleskine is, and he's an English professor, so I don't know.
I think he was fucking with you.
Nietzsche. Cornwall.
Friedrich Moleskine. Is it pronounced Moleskin or Moleskine?
I mean, and this is why people tune in, is to hear
Yes.
us figure
Yes.
this kind of stuff out.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And give them the information.
So that was Tom's travel journal.
That
I'm
was
sure there'll be
very
more
interesting.
pages that he'll send me now that he's, kind of decompressing from Spampalooza and
But we
Burning
have
Man.
his journal too.
Yeah, well, yeah, he sent it to me, so I guess I can just read more pages from it
Yeah.
if we want.
Moleskine. Moleskine.
It's thicker than how many days you were gone, Reeves. That's weird.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I wonder what those other, and unless he was journaling multiple times a day or something.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I don't understand how that works. I mean, it's nice that he's emailing you guys. I mean, I tried to send him an email earlier just to try and get a feel for, how he's doing, what's the status of Fart Boil Island, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And like I just got a reply, like a mailer demon, but he like made it himself
Okay.
and said like, the email does not exist. Please stop emailing me, Reefer Madness. And
Wait, your email is Reefer Madness?
no, that's what he called me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reefer Madness, he called you Revis in here. I mean, I did look at some of the other pages. He dates all the days, and it says it goes up to like day 1,000 and stuff. Like this is like his script almost.
That's
Like
don't
I can't
understand.
imagine what the other pages are that he had 1,000 days in his mind
Wow.
that he had to unpack. All right, let's
Wow.
move on to chefs I prepared for you.
Well, hold on. Real
what?
quick question to the listeners. Is this what you guys like? Some people said that they wanted to hear more, like we did the movie thing, or Tom did the movie thing. Is this doing anything for you?
We're moving on to chefs I prepared for you.
We've
This
not
is a
even
segment
checked in with each other.
This is a segment we do every week where we talk
I've
about
got
what we had for dinner.
news. I got
This is-
news.
Maybe
This
we
is a
should hear
segment
his
we
news.
do
Okay.
every week where we talk about what we made for dinner last night and only last night, and present it as if we're presenting to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner. Give us your news while we're
No,
doing
because now
the
you've
food.
introed. I can't do it now
Why?
because you were in Chefs I Prepared for You.
You could talk about your news as you talk about your food.
Yeah, I'll try to make it work.
So I'm currently watching a show I like a lot called Married at First Sight,
Mhm.
and on it the couples go to couples therapy.
That's
And
good.
therapist this week said it helps when you're in an argument sometimes to hold hands, to remind each other that you love each other.
Yeah,
and I
that you
feel
not
like
hate each other's guts.
exactly, and I feel like you two would benefit from that. When you
Yeah.
get into these quarrels, maybe hold each other's hand, just to remind each other. It's like, hey, we're hosting together.
We're both here together doing
Mhm.
this.
I can
I
try
think
that.
it might be you, Reeves, because we didn't really beef while you were gone.
I do think
So
I bring
think
out
it's
something.
it's something about you.
Yeah.
It's
We're
like
fighting
they're
over
trying
you.
to we're trying to win Daddy's approval.
I know I am. That's what I've.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that I
Brian
need.
definitely is trying to win your approval always.
Yeah, and you are daddy.
I think I'm just like big brother syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Got to sit on him.
Gotta sit on him. Gotta
Say uncle. Say
gotta give him
uncle.
a nookie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did
Teach
it all
me
for
about
the nookie.
sex.
Yeah.
teach him about sex. He still does it wrong.
Teach me the words. I can go back to school and tell my little friends the words.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is what a rim job is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's about basketball.
Yeah.
Taught me
I
wrong.
was going to
Yeah.
say it's about hitting a drum. Yeah.
All right. I'll go first. Chefs, I prepared for you a curry rice bowl with ground beef, broccoli, and black beans, and a side of arugula salad with lemon balsamic vinegar.
That sounds lovely. What kind of curry? How'd you make the curry? What went into it?
No, it wasn't actual curry. It was just curry spiced rice. So I
Oh,
made
okay.
white rice, but it was seasoned with curry and turmeric. So it wasn't like curry. It wasn't liquid curry. Although I guess technically, before it was evaporated, it was curry kind of.
Mm.
Okay.
I hope that you didn't get in any trouble because I know personally, I get a little bit of liquid curry in me, and I'm picking fights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling X's. I'm full of liquid curry. I'm ready to.
Well, you had to go to a rehab because of the amount of liquid curry that you were ingesting.
Yes.
It was just ruining your life.
Yes. And I learned about the 12 steps. Step 1, don't put curry powder in your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Step
Yes.
2,
I love you.
I love you.
Mhm.
Step
Step 2,
3,
I love
there's
you.
a higher power. You have to give up all your. It's not necessarily God, but it's like a God, but it's not God. This is not a Christian rehab center.
It's like the Force.
But you do have to admit there is something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not God. It's not God. Okay, it's not like a Christian God, but Step 4.
I just remember, not to interrupt you going through these steps.
No, please.
But I remember how hard it was, when you showed up late to your son's orchestra performance and your mouth was just covered in curry powder.
Just yellow.
You just reeked of curry. And you just kind of were like fumbling around, knocking over the chairs. They would just say, "That's my son up there. Get him."
Crying.
He was crying. He had to leave the stage.
Yeah,
And then you got up there and you sat on his violin. He smashed it. I mean, that was tough. And you
It was
invited
tough.
all of us to come see it, and it's like,
Yeah,
then
it
you
was
show up
tough. It was
curry.
hard. Thank
So-
God that officer smelled the curry in my car as I drove past, and he pulled me over.
Yeah.
That changed my life. If I hadn't gotten pulled over by that cop, and if he hadn't used the fact that he smelled curry as reason to search my vehicle where he found curry phanelia,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have gone to jail, and I wouldn't have gone to rehab, and I wouldn't have gotten my son back.
Mhm.
You smelled like curry at your wedding reception.
Yes,
I remember that.
that wasn't.
It smelled like curry everywhere, Jamal. I had a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not here to bring up the
We're not
past.
here to bring up the past.
No, and I'm looking forward. I haven't touched the stuff in years at this point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean,
when I see
we
my
believe
friends
you.
having curry, I want curry.
Yeah.
You're like a social curry person now, right?
No, I can't have any curry. If
You
I
can't
even
have
have a drop of liquid
Okay.
curry, I'll be on the corner, flipping tricks for handful of curry powder, tossing a sweet tea.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to see you on the corner again doing stuff for Oxtail.
No, I was doing anything. You
Mhm.
ever heard the people say something strange for some change? I was doing the strangest things.
You were doing something in a hurry for some curry.
Doing something naughty for some basmati with curry on it.
Yeah.
Chefs, I prepare for you turkey burgers
Okay.
with a side of roasted potatoes.
Potatoes.
This from a ground turkey, or you buy them frozen the turkey shape already? Burger shape
No,
already?
this is a ground turkey that I put together. I think this recipe for the turkey burger is pretty like universal, where it's like ketchup, Worcestershire sauce,
Is it ketchup or catsup?
catsup. It's ketchup. And then a diced up onion. I think if you Google like turkey burger recipe, I feel like it's everywhere.
The
Some
ketchup is
variation
in
of that.
it's in the ground turkey, and you mix it up.
Yeah, and the Worcestershire sauce.
Where the hobbits live.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then roasted potatoes, you put on them just salt.
Salt, pepper. I
I feel like a
do.
rosemary guy.
Yeah, I do a little bit of rosemary on that bad
Brian,
boy. And then
why is it
some
you don't like
oil.
rosemary, Brian?
Too strong.
Huh.
It's too strong.
love
The
rosemary.
movie Rosemary's Baby,
Oof.
right?
Yeah.
I mean-
I'll never double up and pair the two together.
No, I mean that's just gonna.
And then
wreck
you drink a Bloody Mary.
Mm-mm.
And you cut your hair real short and you have the devil's baby. Won't make that mistake twice.
Won't make that mistake twice.
No, because you're gonna miss their freaking orchestra recital.
Won't
Yeah,
won't date that mistake twice.
Yeah. Oof. Ooh. Chefs. Last
You
night
procured.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, I procured last night.
He's going through a lot.
I had an in-law in town. We don't have to eat.
Where'd you
Yes,
get
last night I procured for you Egan and Sons fish and chips.
fish and chips?
I
I went to an
Okay.
Irish pub and had a traditional Irish meal of fish and chips.
Yeah.
It did come with smushy peas though.
Mushy
Oh, did it?
pea.
Were smushy. These
These
were
were
beyond
too
mushy.
smushy.
These were
Okay.
smushy.
All
These were
right.
smushy. This was.
Did you like it?
They tasted like peas, but I gotta wonder: is it for dipping
Do you salt and pepper them? You didn't salt and pepper them?
the peas?
Yeah.
They were in a little cup.
You still salt and pepper them.
No,
They
I
should
didn't
have
salt
done
and
that
pepper
for
'em.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
I
know
don't
what I
think
did,
they
though?
do in the back when they do mushy pea. When I was in London, they didn't do that. They
Well,
brought
'cause
me
they don't-
many a mushy pea.
They're very white there. They don't season anything there.
They don't know. How to
Yeah,
season
and
it.
Ireland is not white at all.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't season my smushy peas. I did, however, introduce my fish back into the ocean, an ocean of malt vinegar. That bitch was swimming.
Okay.
You just like pick it up and drop it down your mouth, and it's just like liquid just pouring all over your face.
mhm.
Yes. Was
Yeah.
shepherd's pie on the menu and you didn't get it?
It was on the menu. It's not really my thing.
What the? Not your thing. It's delicious.
I don't
Was
really-
a Sunday
don't
roast
beat
on
that
the
much.
menu?
I didn't look at the menu that well to remember everything on the menu.
You just saw fish and chips and you said, "Book it, Dano."
Here's what happened. I looked at the menu before we got there, and I was like, that's what I want, fish and chips. I almost switched at the last minute because they had mussels and fries. Almost went mussels and fries.
Mussels and fries, very good.
But I went with fish and chips because I've been thinking about it. And I got the soup of the day, which was a butternut squash bisque, which was fish kiss. But the table next to us, the old man said, "What's the soup of the day?" And the lady said, "It's it's a butternut squash bisque." And he went, "Ugh." Well, while I was eating it, and I was like,
Yeah,
"That's
but
pretty
he
good."
kept turning it over to you,
Yeah,
saying
he'd be
like,
like,
"Can you believe that? What kind of fucking asshole would eat that shit?
Yeah. What
Disgusting!
what kind of prick would come into an Irish pub and want a butternut squash bisque?
What kind of dumb piece of shit would eat that? Am I right, friend?"
And I'm like, spoon in my
Anyways, what do you got that's got curry in it? And then Brian gets
Yeah.
triggered.
Oh god,
yeah.
yeah. I could smell it. You could smell it. You know, they try to clean it up with bleach. You can still smell it though. It has that
Mhm.
curry bleach smell.
Mhm. Okay. Brian, was that your news?
Who to win it? No, my winners. I got jury duty coming up. First time ever, I got called for jury duty.
First time ever.
Yeah, I'm 37 years old. Never been called for jury duty before.
Okay, Brian.
That's unbelievable.
Pro tip. Allegedly, so we can, so the FBI is listening, they can't get me. Allegedly, you should maybe talk to your surgeon. You know, you've been going through some stuff recently. You've had some surgery. You know, you might be able to get out of it.
What I was gonna do is on the form that I have to go online and fill out a questionnaire.
I've had to do
is offer to rank my favorite races.
That's what you should do.
Well, they have that free form field, and it's just a recipe for disaster doing that.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, it's
Any
trap.
additional things that we should know.
Yeah, that's
Here-
the trap
here-
field.
Here are the races. I'm gonna rank them from worst to best.
top
Yeah.
10 races. Yeah, that's
Just put Creole first to really throw him a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
French Canadian.
Yeah.
You should definitely try and go to it. I think it's a good experience for you. You should let them know that you're a podcaster and you will be recording everything when you're there.
You have very big opinions. You cannot, do anything impartially. Let them
No,
know.
I can't not talk about this.
Yeah, no.
So,
What if I
Alright.
get sequestered?
oh, man, you're gonna get sequestered. Like,
You
what
guys
if this
ever,
turns into like the next OJ trial? You're there for 2 years.
Yeah, what if I'm like the next OJ guy
Yeah.
and I get sequestered
You can't do the podcast,
and
for
I can't
2
watch
years.
TV?
Yeah.
I can't turn on Peacock
can't-
and watch Top Chef
You can't
and
do
watch
anything.
commercials. Fuck Peacock.
Dude,
Yeah.
you'll come out of that time capsule and Brian will be like, "What year is it? Where am I?
What season of Top Chef is on?
There was so much curry in this hotel."
Yeah. And you gotta
All I
go
could
onto
do-
Peacock and try and navigate that whole page, which is a real piece of shit. Yeah. Yep. By the time people are listening to this, no longer on Hulu.
Yeah.
Sorry, nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, and now you got to go to Peacock.
Gotta get
So
Peacock.
I got to get another streaming service.
But hey, you know what? If you get Peacock for Top Chef, you also get WWE's premium live events.
No, I
Yes.
can't wait. That's what I really
The
want.
whole library. It's
Mhm.
nice.
Well,
Well, not all of it. You don't get to see Vincent Mann say the N word. You don't get to see Hogan say the N word. You don't get to see Booker T say the N word.
that's
Yep.
the only
things
one I
been
watch.
kicked out.
Brian, that was the first thing you tried to find, right?
Yeah, I googled Vince McMahon says N word.
I love that clip of Booker T being like, and what does he say? He's like, "If you can, we're gonna find that nigga."
It's,
can
it's,
see
I
his
think
face
we're
go,
coming for you, right?
Yeah, we're coming for you, nigga.
His
Yeah.
face is like, oh.
He,
Whereas Vince says it, and it's like, see you later.
yeah,
Vince
he does
says
it and then
in-
like
yeah.
looks down and it's like, oh, I fucked up. But yeah,
fucked
Vince
up.
couldn't be more happy that he did it.
It was almost like Booker T was like, I'm not allowed to be black at work. Forgot. I'm at work right now. I know I'm dressed in underwear, but I'm not. I'm at work right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna upset Vince Russo.
Yeah. I'm such a brand risk. All
So
right.
I don't know if that was the end of his career, but it's probably close to the finale.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
part
it
one
was
of it.
Probably part one of it before he came make it a comeback. All right, we'll be right back after this.
I win.
Pawn Shop.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, y'all, to Pod Chef, episode 101. We down here in sweet New Orleans.
Welcome to Nolan.
This is your host, Jambalaya Jamal. I'm here all the time with my riveting host. I call him the crawdaddy of them all, Reeves. Say hello to the people, Reeves.
Crawdaddy. I'm Miss Jojo Crawdaddy. Oh,
Yeah.
you the top chef at all about Joe.
You know he got his claws ready. And as always,
Clip.
we have the third mic. We got ourselves a little andouille sausage. And do he do it? Say hello, Brian.
Bonjour, I am a French Creole. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
he's high.
Mud bug, the crawfish. Look at God, want and do it.
There we go. All right, we're in New Orleans. Welcome
We're
to the
here.
finale, part one. 6 months after the taping of the previous episode, the chefs arrived
6 months.
at the
Mhm.
Humas House Plantation
Uh-oh.
and Gardens in New Orleans, Louisiana. Here they saw host Padma, head judge Tom Colicchio, and celebrity chef Emerald Bang Agassi, a television host and a restaurant owner known as the King of Creole Cuisine. Padma told the remaining chefs that they could relax for this challenge because they would not be competing. Instead, 3 other chefs would.
Who's it gonna be?
Who's
Jamie,
it gonna
Jeff,
be?
and Leah, the 3 most recently eliminated contestants, arrived from the Top Chef house. Tom Colicchio explained that in the spirit of the rebirth of New Orleans, the 3 chefs had been given an opportunity to return to the competition. Nothing better than being in New Orleans and like doing the spirit of rebirth and be like, I want to give all 3 white people another chance to get back on the
Yes.
show.
Let's try and get some white people back on
Yeah.
the show. And, there's a
Yeah.
2 in 3 chance that it'll be a woman. Let's do our best to make sure it's a guy.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Go ahead.
Tom did tell me that he, the chefs came back and they were like, we don't even know what we're doing here. And it was because they were kidnapped by Tom. Tom
Yeah.
grabbed them off the street, pulled them into a van, drove them all the way to New Orleans.
Blindfolded.
Mm-hmm. He said, it's much better now that our president, George Bush, fixed it. So you can come down here. It's very nice.
And in fact, he does care about black people.
He said, don't believe what that rapper guy keeps saying.
Yeah, that rapper guy.
So they had to do their quickfire challenge was basically them watching. The 3 chefs had to. They were given an opportunity to. I'm sorry. Let me take that again. So for the quickfire
3,
challenge,
2,
Turn
1.
your ass down so much.
for their quickfire challenge, they had 1 hour to create a dish featuring one of New Orleans' most celebrated ingredients, crawfish. The winner would rejoin the 4 finalists in the elimination challenge, but would have to win that challenge to reach the season finale. In addition, they also received a copy of Emerald's new book,
Emerald on the Grill.
Emerald at the Grill.
Emerald at the Grill.
He's at the grill.
Yeah.
Leah says that she wants to do a gumbo. She's
Mhm.
never done one before.
Bad idea.
And it shows because I don't think you can really do it for a quick fire.
Not in an hour.
No
Also,
way.
an hour is not a quick fire. I
Mm-mm.
don't know how many times you
Yeah.
have to say this.
That's
An
just
hour
a
is
fire.
not a quick fire.
Long fire.
It's a long fire. It's a long, drawn-out fire.
They're all using the Holy Trinity, which of course is onions, green peppers, celery.
Celery.
Which
Has to be in every
And they-
Creole dish.
They are all the same thing. They are all. It's a little confusing, but they are all one. That you think of them as 3 separate, but they are one.
they're
Mhm.
like one. I really wish. I don't know. Is there some way we could get that black pastor on the phone to explain it to us? Because I feel like since he's
Yeah,
you know.
he would. He's from
I don't
down
know
there,
any
right?
black pastors. Well,
there was-
I do. But
Oh,
what are you
interesting.
talking about?
Isn't
What are
that
you talking about?
The cat's out of the bag. You got him to admit it.
The long con, you guys got me.
Brian, you want to make a phone call? See if you can get the pastor on the phone.
To do what now? What do you want to ask?
you should explain
This
the
white
Holy
pastor?
Trinity. Yes.
Because he knows about God, food, God, God, food, God, flavor.
Yes.
So get him on the phone if you can. We'll
If
just
he needs to
wait.
kind of like rev into what he normally sounds like, that's okay too.
Yeah.
I get that.
I thought this was gonna be like a quick call because usually when like someone we
Okay.
have
Well, I
an
have
episode.
to call him and get him to join the.
Okay,
to
I'm just
join
saying
the-
because usually
join
when
the
we like
recording.
have an episode where Spam makes an appearance, the
All right,
Spam
hold
man
on.
is here immediately.
Well, that's
Immediately.
because that the
He's
Reverend
ready to fire.
is a real person,
Yeah,
not
like a
some sort of
Beetlejuice like
spirit.
creature. Yeah,
yeah,
like
that can
Spam
pop
Man.
in and out of dimensions.
Hey, Han. Yeah. Yeah, it's Brian. Yeah, it's praise food God. And food Jesus.
I'd rather hear the
And
other
the
end of this
food,
conversation.
Holy baby. I've got to get him to call into the Zencaster.
Okay.
Yeah, hey,
take
we're
your
actually
time.
talking we're actually talking about the Holy Trinity, and we're hoping you could come on and enlighten us. You'll join? Okay.
Send them
Okay.
the link.
You're eating? Okay, that's fine. You can eat. Wait. Okay. All right. I'll send you a link.
It's a
right, he'll
lot
be on
of
in a second.
backstory on this, so I'm really excited for it all to play into when he calls.
Okay, wait. He's joining now.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Reverend Han Gary. Thank you for
Reverend.
joining.
Thank
for
you so
joining.
much for
Yeah, thanks
joining. Yes, of course. Boys, my friends, the 3 amigos. How are you this evening? It's evening where I am. Is it evening where you are?
It's evening where I am. It's,
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to sound rude, but can you really cut the shit and get to this question we have?
Oh,
about
right.
the Holy
Okay. So
Trinity?
Brian had said you wanted to know about the Holy Trinity, which was I know as celery, onion, and what was the third one?
Well,
Wait
we're
a second.
asking you.
Wait a second.
Yeah, you're
How
from
do
the
you not
South.
know? You're supposed to be an old pastor about food.
Well, you know what? Wait, here's the thing. It's bell peppers. The one about the Holy Trinity.
What kind?
Okay. What's that?
What kind of bell peppers?
Green.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The only
You're right.
as far as food God is concerned, there's only one color pepper.
Oh,
Green.
okay.
Yeah, God only sees one color pepper.
Yes.
Mm.
A one color pastor like me, white. So the Holy Food Trinity, as is defined by the Bible of food.
Maybe Reverend Hahn needs some Louisiana music while he tells us
That might be nice.
You know, I've never been.
Really?
Well,
No, I don't travel much.
Okay.
I don't go far from my flock because I'm afraid that they'll wander.
oh, okay.
You know,
they might fly away
but-
or something.
but
like
I-
that, get eaten by a fox.
I have been to Popeyes a lot. I feel like Popeyes is catered to me directly.
Okay. All right. Good timing on the music.
All right, so let's see. Holy Trinity of food. It's the unity of green bell peppers, celery, and now I forgot the other one.
Onion.
It's 3 ingredients in one food head, according to the New Orleans Christian food god dogma. Now, when it's not capitalized, it's a group of 3 closely related food ingredients or things. Or there's Food Trinity Sunday, which is the Sunday after Whit Sunday, observed as a feast in honor of the Food Trinity.
Okay.
Now-
cut this. Cut it.
This feels like you're just reading.
Yeah, I feel
What
We
like
wanted
you're
your
reading-
actual authentic Southern.
You want to have, you like to hear my real take on it?
What's going? Yeah, well, yeah. It
Yeah.
feels like you don't know anything about this. It
Yeah.
seems like this is like 101
I'm
for
sorry.
what a person would be in your profession.
What form of gotcha journalism is this? I was eating dinner. I was elbow deep in a mashed potato, and you called me and dragged me onto your podcast, and then to confront me and tell me that I don't know what the food, just because I forgot different ingredients both times I was explaining the Trinity. You think I don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, it
I am
also
a man of food god. I am a white man of food god.
It's that you just have to keep saying it. Which
Yeah,
just,
you gotta keep
I don't know.
pointing.
Me and my other and my flock of white sheep. White.
Most sheep are white, so I don't like.
Yep, just like
that's
I
me.
don't know why you need to point it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to point that out. In fact, most male sheep are black. So
Let's not
the-
make this
the
agenda
rams
thing.
are black. So
Rams, go Rams, right? L.A.
they have
Never
black
been.
heads.
Never been.
Okay.
Young boys want anything else?
No, that's all we wanted. So I,
I
guess
thought I did a
this-
good job explaining what this is. I mean,
I
you
don't
called
know.
me again. I was
know.
knee deep
This may have been a mistake.
Yeah.
knee deep in pistachio gravy.
Pistachio gravy
That's-
and a potatoes. Okay. I guess those.
You
are
tell
the
me you
two-
never experimented with food, Jamal?
No, I've
God!
I'm
Food
actually-
God put all these ingredients on earth for us, and you're just gonna stick with the ones that you know?
Well,
That's
I've-
blasphemy, Jamal. God wants you to experiment with all the loving ingredients put on this earth. So why not take a piece of chicken and put freaking star anise in it, all inside of it,
Actually,
and then
wouldn't be
big
that
crunchy,
bad,
them
actually.
big crunchy pieces that you find inside of like a baklava, one of those things, a clove nail.
That actually
You
might
know,
not be
God
that
had
bad.
clove nails in his hand when he was put on that food cross.
I put 1 star anise when I make rice. It actually does infuse a lot of flavor into it, so that might not be
Oh,
that bad.
While we're
gosh.
talking about 1 star anise, could you please go on Yelp and rate the Church of Food and Wine magazine 5-star anises?
Don't do
We
plugs
could
on the show.
We could really
Brian,
use
get him off the show.
the
good
You
word.
can't do plugs for his
Okay.
church on the show.
You gotta drop
Pastor
'em.
Hunt. I really appreciate your time. I think we're done with you. All right, so am I gonna get paid this time?
No,
None of
we
these
don't
are
pay
paid
any
gigs.
of
These
them,
aren't
yeah.
paid appearances. Maybe when we get a Patreon.
I guess I'm gonna have to hit up the collection plate again. Oh,
That's
Reverend.
terrible.
You shouldn't have
You
said
shouldn't
that.
be doing that.
no, I mean, Click, hang up. I hung up. Honey,
Oh, he didn't. He didn't hang up. He's
Now
still.
he-
I hope you
He-
left me some pistachio gravy and
famously didn't
mashed
hang up.
potatoes.
Okay, this seems very performative. We really thought that was made up, but I guess it
All
wasn't.
right, my white wife. We are in a same gender marriage.
I knew he was going to bring up race.
All right, I'm just gonna hang it up. I'm just gonna hang him up. I'm gonna hang
Yeah,
him up.
let's just get him out of here.
Did anyone
Wow.
else notice how much bronzer he was wearing?
Yes,
He's fucking covered in it.
a lot.
I didn't want to
good.
say anything to him while he was here, but it's
It
like,
looks good.
That's a lot.
An interesting shade of it. Yeah.
He always
Yeah.
tells me that he tans really well.
Yeah, I guess you would if you were wearing that much bronzer.
What
All
were we
right,
talking
so
Leah made crawfish soup. She pivoted away from
look,
gumbo.
let's just go to it. Emerald picks Jeff. Jeff is back in the competition. He's back for the elimination. How do you guys feel about him picking Jeff?
I think it's good that there's another white guy there. I think that it balances things out. I do like that they were like, you're back in, but by the way,
Yeah,
you got to win.
You have to
the
win.
next one. So they gave
Otherwise
him an
you're going
impossible
home.
task.
yeah, impossible.
Yeah.
So Jamie and Leah go home, but they're not going home. They're going to Bourbon Street. Let's be honest.
about? Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah. So
one of them
you-
big
you
ass
see-
beers, you know.
You see the picture of the car in here. Let's talk about this. The 5 finalists headed to Mardi Gras,
Yes.
a Mardi Gras warehouse where they met with Padma and Emerald. She explained that their elimination challenge was to cater the crew of Orpheus Masquerade Ball at the New Orleans Museum of Art for roughly 100 guests. They each prepared a cocktail and 2 dishes, one of which had to be in the Creole style of cooking. As Emerald explained, Creole cooking in the city version of Louisiana is the city version of Louisiana cooking, influenced by French, Spanish, and African American cultures. They had 5 hours to prep and cook at Emerald's Delmonico, which I've had Delmonico steaks, very good, with access to all of the ingredients stocked there, and 1 hour to set up at the museum and meet with their respective bartender provided to assist them with serving their cocktail. The winner would receive what was then a brand new 2009 Toyota Venza. Look at this car. Huh?
Yep. It's pretty nice.
you-
They do go to the restaurant ahead of time to eat a little bit of Mr. Bam Bam Bigelow's food, and Stefan says this is just French cooking. This is French, which is very disrespectful
Mm-hmm.
because it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
says this is just classical French. And everyone at the table almost felt like there's more black people at the table than there were. And they were all kind of like, he's so offensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Right. But this, I'm going to talk about this car real quick. 2009 Toyota Venza. It feels like a car that should go to a contestant who like screams this car. I'll have you know that they're still making the Toyota Venza, and the new version of it looks better.
Well, and plus, if the winner, I almost said their name here. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
spoiler. Still has that car.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Blue Book lists that car. Can't find it now. At about $9,000.
Hey, that ain't nothing.
That
That
ain't
ain't
nothing to
nothing.
snuff at.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you can
Look at that.
get hooked on curry in that. So
You could. You take $9,000 to Bangkok, Thailand. You're a god of curry there. You're doing Scarface
I
level
was-
miles of curry.
I was curious where that
Piles.
was going.
yeah, I
Okay.
was unsure where we were landing on that. I was also unsure on this clip. Let's listen to them talk about Halloween.
Moore Park to see Fabi and his restaurants on Halloween. What is Fabi wearing? A blonde wig with a pair of leggings and a thong and a leopard top. Let me tell you something. I got done. Get the out of this town. I gotta get out of here. That was hideous.
Do you always go as a woman for Halloween?
Yes. Yeah, always.
Always.
Yes, he
The
does.
first year I was Catwoman. The second year I was Wonder Woman. You gotta have balls to dress like a woman.
Well, they can't be too big or they won't fit in the thong.
Those are the only women I can think about to dress up as for Halloween. Catwoman or Wonder Woman, and then it's just like, where do I go from there?
So Fabio dressed like a woman for Halloween. Obviously, the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Cracks my whole shit up.
We don't even need to go to the restroom because there's no improving that.
No,
Very
no
funny.
notes.
Now,
It reminds me of SNL where the whole bit was guy dressed up like girl, big laughs.
big laugh, muscle guy wearing dress, ha ha ha.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get to Emerald's restaurant and they start cooking, and Carla has to shuck 100 oysters, and she admits that she shucked her first oyster like a week ago. Brian, can you shuck 100 oysters? You used to do that, right?
I've never shucked 100 of them. I can shuck an oyster.
How fast do you think you could do 100 oysters shucked?
Not fast. I don't want to cut my hand. Even if I had those thick ass gloves on, I'd be worried about cutting my hand. Because that shucking knife is, because you're just like really putting a lot of pressure, and that thing ain't dull, brother.
So if let's say you're in a competition,
Yeah.
you got 5 minutes.
Okay.
How many do you think you could get done?
You have a
It's a
massive
lot of
bucket.
time.
You have a massive bucket of oysters next
Oh,
to you.
yeah, so many oysters.
You can go to your limit. You have 5 minutes. How
Do I
many
have to
can
make
you
them
do?
like clean, like cut, like
No.
detach
just
the little,
just
detach
get
the thing?
Get the tops off.
Just
Do
pop
the tops off?
Pop the
Just
tops.
pop them.
I could probably do 5 or more a minute. I bet.
Oh,
5 or more.
okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, to like, and I think I get
25 to
faster.
30?
I think I get faster as I was going. But
Mhm.
there's a secret. You don't go in through where you think you go in. You go in through the back.
And we've all heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little hole in the back. You get your little tip of the knife in there. You could,
There's always a hole in the back.
yeah, because the front has the two parts like this. And you try to get in there, it's gonna break. It's gonna like chip little pieces. You'll
you
get
don't
pieces
want
of
to
the
chip it. Yeah.
of the shell in your food. We go to the back.
You go to the back, pop it open. Speaking of going to the back and popping it open, Gail Simmons is back.
Ew.
Gail Simmons, the queen, returns this episode.
I want to just real quick. We're talking about Gail. I want people to know that when Tom referred to Gail as a truffle pig, it was cute and not sexist.
Yeah.
Okay, because I did get some feedback where people were like,
Yeah,
what
me too.
is that?
Me too.
Seems
Me
like
too.
that was bad.
And the
Yeah.
notes are, and my response is, one, I didn't write it. Tom Cleese did.
Exactly. Tom wrote it. So I don't know why people are coming at Brian about it.
Two, he said it nicely. It's you've never called your sig of some kind of like cute, nasty thing, like and made it cute.
I've called my significant other macaroni and cheese slut.
And I bet you said it really sweet.
Yeah. Super sweet.
Tone is
My-
very important
Yes.
in how you deliver
You little
news of any
macaroni
kind.
and cheese slut. You.
That's my little truffle pig.
Look at all that cheese dropping off your
I
noodles.
think part of it is also there was that voicemail that Tom left on his daughter's phone where he called her a little truffle pig. He said, listen, he was so upset about, like, I don't know, she was like late or something like that. He called her a little truffle pig. And, that went viral. People heard that. And so maybe that people were kind of thinking that he was using it in a negative context there. So,
But we thought he was gone, but he's back.
Let's listen to the chef's setting up in the museum.
Hey, Miss Carla, you don't have like 2 cups of cream you could lose, do you?
Yes? You all are all asking me for stuff and no one has helped shuck an oyster, but that's okay.
Okay, I'm done in 1 second, honey.
That's what they all say. All the men. 1 second, honey.
Truer words.
Not in Carla's house. All
Not
right.
in Carla's house.
I miss the old Top Chef music.
Yeah.
Me too. It's so good.
It's really good.
Bring it
and now
back.
it's all gone.
It's all gone. You had to get rid of it. Everything has to be new and fresh. The old music was offensive, so they had to get rid of it. So yeah, Carla. I know I said this last week and probably the week before, but like she's such a star. She's great.
She is.
She's so.
She has her own show
funny.
now.
Yeah, she should.
As
Some
she should.
Halloween show. She's dressed as like a witch.
That's right. That's
I haven't
the
seen it.
baking one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So
I just want to say, everyone out there, and this goes, I'll piggyback off the truffle pig thing, is you never ask a woman how many cans of cream she can lose.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
No.
of course you can call her honey all you want, but
I was asked if I was getting fresh ones because I asked that when I worked at a grocery store. I said, how many cans of this cream can you stand to lose?
You never do.
And I was a
that.
cashier, and I was saying, she said that she didn't want all the cans of cream that she was buying. And I said, well, how many of these can you stand to lose? And she said, what are you getting fresh with me?
yeah, and I feel like in that scenario, it's acceptable, right? You're talking about it's very on.
I would
the
think
head.
so. I'm like, if you don't want all 4, how many of these can you stand to lose?
Yeah, you're
And
being
she was
literal about it.
She said, "Where's your manager?" And I was like, "Oh my god,
Oh
You're
no,
getting
again.
fired.
not this again."
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get fired again. No, that's a trap. That's a
Manager came over and said, "Did you call another customer a macaroni and cheese slut?"
trap. And
I said,
you
"No."
had.
Yeah.
Well, you lied.
Well, yeah, it wasn't this customer; it was the
Right,
customer
yeah.
before her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't hear how I said it.
Yeah, I said
Okay.
it nicely because I was like, she had 4 boxes of elbow macaroni and cheese. What else am I supposed to call her?
Yeah.
I'm
By her
swiping the
name.
boxes and I'm looking at her
By
and she's
her
smiling
name.
at me and I'm like, you little macaroni and cheese slut.
And he's not macaroni and cheese slut shaming.
No, I'm slut rewarding, if anything.
Yeah.
So those
praising.
that gave feedback about the truffle pig, give us feedback on what we're talking about now too. Let us know.
Just know that if your girlfriend ever says, "Would you love me if I in fact took on a couple extra cans of cream?"
The answer is
Just
no.
walk out of that
So
room. Don't answer that question.
The
It's a
guests
trap.
start arriving, and I gotta say, this party is my vibe. There's face coverings, there's booze, there's spicy food. I have to get down to New Orleans.
All these people are going to fuck each other later, right?
Oh my God,
It's a
that's
whole
the part of the- yeah, that's the
eyes
part of
wide
this.
shut situation
Yeah.
going on, right?
That's the part of this. They had to stop filming and get back to the judge's table. He's like, okay, these people are ready to fuck.
Yeah, I mean, the judges are not. They're too good looking to participate
Yeah.
in that, but like
Way
everyone
too
else was
good-looking.
like looking at like big eyes. Like when Padma walked in, all those people were like, "Whoa, she's gonna participate," and she's like, "No, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, you go to one of those parties, trust me, you're not seeing any Padmas or Gales there.
No way."
No, a lot of times.
A lot of time. Yeah,
You're probably a bunch of fucking Tobies too. A lot of
yeah.
Tobies.
You notice you didn't see Toby anywhere? It's because he was in a mask. A lot of those people didn't take their masks off.
Yeah, Toby was hiding in the corner, like, kick me off the show so Gail can come back. It's the height of disrespect.
Toby had a rough time in New Orleans.
He
Let's just
really
put
did.
it that way.
So Stefan, in the middle of the service, he runs us down his Top Chef resume where he's like, I'm not going home. I got 10 challenges. I won 10 challenges. I won 5 quick fires. I'm not going home. He didn't try this episode. I got to say, he should have gone home. He didn't try this episode at all.
It sounds like, not to skip ahead, but Fabio really just shit the bed. And if it wasn't for the fact that he did so poorly, that it would have been Stefan. And we find out that Stefan's Achilles heel is the fact that he thinks he has it in the bag.
Yeah.
He's overconfident.
Yeah. That
My
is-
Achilles heel, sunburn, thinks on high shelves.
Yep. Jamal, what's yours?
My actual Achilles.
Okay. And mine, susceptible to fire.
I thought you fixed that.
You know, I tell people that I did, so they don't try to light me on fire anymore.
Okay. That makes sense. You got to get out ahead of it, you know?
That was
Yep.
the issue, though, right? People just you just seemed very flammable. And so
Yeah.
people were always trying to set you on fire, and you would just tell them, like, hey, I fixed it. You can't just set me on fire. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
There's a way to
And-
deter them.
You'd think they go like, "Oh, let me try that out," but they don't. They just-
They
Well,
take you at your
there's-
word.
Yeah,
Take my word.
they're sitting there looking at you, and they see your custom made clothing that like has water dripping down it. So they're like, "Well, he probably can't be
yeah.
set on
The way
fire."
that the way that I tried to fix it was I was always wet,
Just soaking wet.
and it
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think being wet all the time you wouldn't be able to be caught on fire. That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at judge's table, Tom calls out Stefan for not being stressed and being calm while preparing his dishes, and I kind of understand what he's saying, but like, does he want the contestants to be stressed? Shouldn't they?
He hits them with the "Don't get cocky, kid."
Yeah, he does. Don't get cocky, kid.
He hits them with "Don't get cocky, kid."
Jeff is in the back room and he says he's surprised that they didn't say anything negative about his dish, so he's still living through his PTSD from being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just
I just want to point out that
Go ahead.
Carla makes this is because they had to make a cocktail. She makes
Yes.
a non-alcoholic
Yes.
cocktail because she doesn't drink. She's very ahead of her time with that.
Yep.
You get those everywhere now.
Yeah. Well, you know,
It's smart, and
It's
and,
for
and
the people. It was a non-curry cocktail.
Yes, because in New Orleans that's risky because people go to Bourbon Street looking to get curried up.
Yeah.
They're
You
trying
know?
to get goated with the sauce.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You think
And
Carl
then to be like
listens?
this, what?
Say you think Carl listens?
Did you guys ever tell you guys that Carrie got me? Did we talk about this? She got me a cameo from Carla like 3 years ago.
No, that's
I
great.
should play on the show.
We should play it on the
You
show.
really should. Then we should get Carla back on and be like, "You remember me?"
Yeah,
People hootie hooed her. People hit her with a hootie when she was
Mhm.
cooking for him.
And
that
she
was
was like,
fun.
She's a star, man.
"She's a star in the
To
making."
the moon. Strap
And
the rocket
she's so
to
much
her.
of a star that she takes home the win. Let's listen.
Hey, chefs, all of you. Wonderful representation of New Orleans. What I liked about this particular winner, balance, flavor, temperature, simplicity, yet creative. And for me, that chef is Carla.
So Carla wins, and she gets the car. Carla
Mhm.
gets the car. You can't spell car
that's
without Carla.
yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah.
We should have known that was coming. Freaking
So-
name is Car. Love.
Carla goes to the finals. Hosea
She's going to the finals.
goes to the finals because they loved his. What was it? His He's the one who made the proper roux for the.
Yeah.
They leave.
And that
stuff
means that Jeff isn't going to the finals. He didn't win.
Jeff
No.
didn't win, so he's
They
going
said,
home.
"Thank
They don't
you for
even.
your service. Go home."
They don't even talk to him.
No.
He said they literally looked at him and said, "You're still here. We're doing the thing.
Yeah.
Get out.
We
Go."
didn't even want you here. Quick
Yeah.
question: have you guys made a roux before?
For macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I've made a white
For macaroni and cheese, you made a roux.
When you bake macaroni and cheese, you make a roux.
a white roux cheese sauce.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
It's just flour and
Is that
milk
what
and
it
butter,
is?
and you just cook it. You
guess
thicken it up.
is. But
you
like
have
a
to.
deep,
You got to cook
dark
that
roux.
flour though.
No.
I've never made a dark roux.
Okay, I haven't
No.
either. I'm
Hey.
interested in trying it.
Everyone out there, if you're making a roux for macaroni and cheese, you have to cook the flour. You can't just put it in and stir
Yeah.
it around.
Yeah.
Flour is an actual raw ingredient. You have to cook it.
That's true.
It needs to be cooked. It needs to be browned a little bit. All right?
Mhm.
There you go. I've just improved so many white people's macaroni and cheese.
Level up.
I'm interested in people that have done a true roux at home
I
because
have
it
not.
looks very smoky. I want to try it because I want to try making a gumbo at some point, but I don't want to set off my fire alarm.
Do you have any vents? Do you have a
I do, but sometimes the fire alarm still goes off, and the
Mm.
French chef gets very angry about it. So,
Ooh. There.
ooh,
Everyone should Google. There's a roux color guide, and they are skin tones.
what?
as long as they match my band-aids.
the perfect, the perfect roux, and there's like 4 skin. It's like they look like skin tones.
I'm just tired of cooking a roux and then like I cut myself and I'm like, well, my band-aid color doesn't match my roux.
And it says.
So how am I supposed to finish
It
cooking?
says skin color. Yeah, there's a white roux, a blonde roux, a brown roux, and a dark brown roux.
So the dark brown one is what you would use for a gumbo, right?
Dark chocolate color, rich complex, good for gumbo.
Yes. Okay. I do want to try it. Yes, listeners, write in. Let us know. I'm curious. Don't want to set off the fire alarm, but I do want to try and make one once.
Peanut butter roux, dark roux, blonde,
Did you find them? Yeah.
white. You notice how they'll call something white, but they won't call it African American.
Mm.
I'd like an African American roux, please. Let's just get right to it. Fabio, he's going home.
Oh no,
Oh,
not
no.
Fabio.
Team Europe is no longer.
And the European Union has been destroyed.
EU.
Fabio, please pack your knives and go.
I feel like you gotta cut it short, or else it's sexist because you
Thank
cut
you
Leah
so much.
short.
It's been a great year. If you don't win, I'll kick your ass. You have no idea.
Doesn't bode well for his ass.
Thank you so much.
Considering the outcome of this season.
So Fabio's going home. I want to ask where are they now, but we kind of know because Fabio's going to make a return on the
Yes,
National Top
baby.
Chef.
He does. He's going to make a return. I'm not going to get into his controversies. You guys can Wikipedia it. It seems like he has cleaned his slate of those things, which is good.
Good for him.
He has
He needs
this thing.
controversy to become a big chef.
Yes. I only looked over it very quickly, so I don't really understand it. But he seems like he's doing something interesting now, which is these things called like they're like jars and sweet things by Fabio. So I think he like
loves
creates
sweet
these
stuff.
like desserts and then he'll like send them to
Wait
you.
a minute. Are these like cakes in like mason jars? Because I've ordered that before.
I think that's what it is.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Am I ordering from Fabio and I don't even know?
It sounds like it.
Because my friend brought it back from Europe. That's the first one I ever had. He brought it back from Europe.
So I think it's big in Europe, and I think he's like based out of Florida or something like that. But
okay.
I think
Well, then
he's
never mind.
creating it here in America, and he like if you go to his like whatever his social media, his like his website, you can like order directly.
Okay, I had an amazing. This was like this cinnamon dolce cake that they brought back
Ooh.
in a mason jar, and my friend delivered it to me at work, and I was like, I mean, it was cinnamon heaven. It was just
That sounds
cinnamon
so good.
butter and yellow cake. It was wonderful. So Fabio will be making an appearance again in the international season.
Yes, he comes back. Stefan also says, sorry to go back a little bit. He's like, I'm 36. I don't stress about anything anymore. Buddy, I'm 36. I stress every day about everything.
Yeah,
So
hey
I
guy.
don't know what kind of life you're leading.
Yeah, I don't think you're doing it right if you're not stressing.
Yeah.
Also, people say that like you don't see yourself as old as you look. Like there's like this weird thing in your brain that when you see your face, you don't register as old as other people do. You're a rough 36 years old on Stefan.
At exactly 36, shit hits the fan. I went into the office and had different lighting in the bathroom, and I had never seen how old I looked in the past 2 years. I look so old now.
Well, I'm
disappointed.
37 now. My hair is full of grays, and I have this scar up my forehead that goes from my eyebrow to the top of my head, and my nose is like part of my I don't know. I turned 37, and my fucking face got all fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what happened?
Stefan's a
I'm
fucking
36 and I have no gray hair and I still look young, so life is good.
You know what they say?
What? Say it.
Take care of yourself. You look nice.
liar.
Oh,
That's not what that pastor
Yeah.
normally says.
Yeah, it's not what the pastor would have said.
Don't get him back on the line.
Yeah,
I'll call
do
him.
not.
I don't
not.
think you should
It's-
call him.
He's
it's
probably
too
almost
much.
done with his meal now.
Okay.
He's probably tanning. So that's it for this episode, Pod Chef episode 101. Join us next week when we do the finale part 2 of the close out season 5 and prepare for season 6.
One quick thing. We did 100 episodes last week. Reeves asked you guys very nicely to break us off at 39 reviews. You didn't do it, so you let us down. If you get this far in this episode, go on iTunes. Leave us a review. It can say anything. It could say, we don't like the Reverend Han Gary.
Yeah. Very nice pod. Thank you for your hard work.
You could say
This
love
40
the
just
laughs.
looks better. 39
Yeah.
looks not good.
You guys,
Yeah.
it doesn't cost you anything.
No, and it does so much for us. It makes our
It's
egos
free.
feel great.
It's free for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until next time, we're
It's
gonna
one of those
crack our
things
knives.
when you Google like free things to do this
Brian,
weekend,
shut up.
and it's give Podchef a full
Shut
5-star
up.
review.
Oh
We're gonna
no,
pack
the
our
Reverend
knives.
just joined.
Jamal, let's hold hands. Brian, call. Are we? You guys still doing this?
Oh no, how did you get back on?
Pack
I had
our
the link.
knives, We're
Why-
gonna go.
why-
See you later.
Oh, we're done. Assalamu alaikum.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.